and welcome and everything. So we decided to do this podcast thing. You've been wanting to do it for I don't know how long, and I haven't been on board because, like I said, I was in my addiction until 11 days ago.
Is it 11 now?
It's 11. 11 days.
I thought it was 12.
Who counts these days? You know what I mean?
Probably you should.
You know what? It's 11 days. Yeah, I usually, and this is where I was talking about in the car. I'm like, because I do have 12 days, but since I did this podcast late at night, I lost a day in my recovery. You know what I mean? And
you don't lose the whole day. You just lost the first meeting.
Yeah, but you know what? That's where. It can get rocky. It could get, because I'm losing my not my purpose. You know what I mean? It's not my purpose, but I'm losing what I'm working hard to get. You know what I mean? A little bit in this podcast. You know what I mean? Live, not live, but you're seeing somebody that is going through this spiritual change and everything and doesn't really understand it or doesn't really grasp it because God is working into my life. That's what I get out of it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I got 12 days clean and I'm really good at lying to myself. I'm really good at it. That's why I can lie to anybody and they can believe it. Because you know why? Because I believe it. You know what I mean? That's what makes me a good liar and a good criminal. Is because when it came down to it, I was good at lying to myself. I can manipulate it into freaking believable because I believed it. It's weird. But so is this...
Do you think you're a good liar, or do you think that you're just you're gullible?
No,
you're easy to convince.
No, I mean, gullible's different because, yeah, I can believe anybody. You know what I mean? But that's gullible. But to believe yourself,
yeah,
that's a whole new.
That's psychosis.
That's not gullible. That's addiction. That's what that is. That's addiction and not knowing who you are.
One time I read a book about how to fool a polygraph test. You know what that is?
Yeah.
Lie detector.
Sure. You just answer lially or whatever. That's how you pass it.
Well, they said like the best way to do it is to fucking believe your own bullshit, which is what you're talking about.
Yeah, but if you put me on a polygraph test, I am failing that miserably. So once again, right now, in front of your eyes, I just believed that I'm good at lying to myself,
which was a lie.
Which can. That's why I can lie so good. But you give me a polygraph test, fail it miserably. So that was just me right in front of you guys lying to myself, which made me believe I could lie and not pass a polygraph test. But that's right, that
shit.
Yeah.
What about? So in that book, they said another way to do it is you take a tack.
Yes.
And you put it in between your toes.
And every time you
on the control questions,
yes,
you step on it
tack. and it jumps.
It
jumps. It makes it freaking stress. Yeah. Yes, I've heard that one. You know what I mean? But I've never had to take a polygraph test, which is good because once again, like I said, I would fail miserably. They would be like, "Is your name Gary Hardy?" I'll be like, "Fuck. Is it?" You know what I mean? And then I would be, is it? Because like we said in the last podcast about this freaking, where you're like.
Simulation.
Yeah. And then that made me believe that, fuck, am I even real? You know what I mean? And that opened a whole new thing of like, could I even pass a polygraph test and get my name right? I don't even know if I'm real. I don't even know if this polygraph is real. You know what I mean? It's just...
That's what you be thinking about.
That's what I be thinking about. And then it's just freaking these things are just up and down, and I'm just... They haven't even asked a question yet, and I already failed. You know what I mean? That's bad. That's bad. So luckily, I haven't had to take a polygraph test because usually, if you have to take a polygraph test, you're in some deep shit.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They don't pull that up.
No, they don't pull that up like, hey,
jaywalking.
did you really rear end this person in your car? You know, nothing like that. It's like usually, did you hide the gun that killed this person? And then you're like, fuck. And then you're sitting there thinking, fuck, I know I didn't, but what if they think I did?
Yeah.
And then you're lying about honesty, you know? And you're like, because you're like, no, but you're thinking so hard that what if they think I did?
When you get in
is that a trip?
When you've gotten in trouble in the past, like with cops,
Yeah.
do you get nervous or do you like?
No.
You don't care.
No, because I know they got nothing on me. You know what I mean?
So you've never been in trouble before?
All the time. All the time. You know?
What makes you think they don't have anything on you?
Because they didn't. But you know what? I knew nothing about the law. And that's what gets me in trouble. Because they scare me into fucking telling on myself. That's what happened. They didn't bust me because they found a fingerprint or a freaking gloves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're the kind of guy that the cop goes, thanks for being honest with me,
thanks
man.
for being honest, but here, let me read you your rights. You know? Yeah, I didn't know you were going to be so honest. Well, fuck, that is me. You know? Fucking, and then court adjourned. You know what I mean? And I'm like, fuck, how the fuck did they get me? I didn't leave any evidence anywhere. Well, because I fucking said it was me. What the fuck? What kind of, that should be on like dumbest, most criminals. Or whatever it is, the dumbest.
World's dumbest.
That's it. Mm-hmm. See, I can't even get that right. Fuck. So yeah. So I was good at what I did until they asked me.
And then you had to be honest.
Then I had to be honest because because you know why? Because if I would have taken a fucking lie detector test, I would have fucking failed it.
So we started this conversation that you're really good at lying.
Yes.
But every time you get in trouble with the cops, you just tell the truth.
Yeah. Isn't that fucking... And now you see why I want you to understand what is going on in this miracle of life.
Who do you think you lie to the most?
Me.
Besides you.
Nobody.
How about your girlfriend? Did you lie to her?
Next question. Next question. You know? Yeah, dang. Yes. I lied to her. But it was about like stupid shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay.
How about
I'm gonna freaking next time you ask a question, man, I gotta freaking you gotta tell me what you're gonna ask. That's just God.
Edit that shit out.
Edit, but don't edit it because you know what? Because that's fucking funny. Because you know what? I don't have to lie about real shit. I lie about shit that's not real to fucking have people like me. You know what I mean? Or that I can fit in. Or, you know, or lie to be funny. Or lie to, whatever. If you don't think I'm funny, fucking then lie about it and say I'm funny. I don't care. Because you know what? Because I don't care anymore. I used to think that, you know, I would find happiness in making other people happy. You know what I mean? That's where, because I wasn't happy with myself. I couldn't enjoy myself because I wasn't who I wanted to be and I fucking knew it. So if anybody can relate to that, then hit a like button. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is like now since I got these freaking this experience of this time that I have 12 days, you know, it's just but it's so different because I've been in and out of rehab since 2011. You think I would have got a master's already in it, but I didn't. I got a master's in failing at life. But that is where the growth and my freaking and because in order to freaking learn something nowadays, you gotta fail at it. You know what's that freaking Newton or who's the guy that invented the light bulb? You know they said Edison, that guy. You know they said that he tried 1,000 times and couldn't get it right except once. And he's like, it's brilliant what he said. I don't know what he said, but I think it went like this. I learned 1,000 ways not to make a light bulb or something like that. I don't know. I'm not a fucking Newton. I'm not a Newton guy. All I know is that his fucking lights are coming back. Everybody's got Newton lights. Or what is it? Edison.
Edison bulbs.
Edison bulbs.
Oh.
That guy's bringing it back. It's like the fanny pack. You know what I mean? But like...
Is that coming back?
That's never left. Never left. You know what I mean? And if it did, it's just because it's fucking that somebody has it around their waist and they flipped it behind them. So you didn't know. But fucking here it comes. Whoosh, fucking still there. It's brilliant. You know? This is what I bet you the fanny pack is before pockets became. You know what I mean? And on pants.
And then someone was like, "Oh shit,
Dude.
We could just implement this into the pants."
You know? I bet you that's exactly what happened.
First there was a bag over your shoulder. Then they're like,
and that's
let's
a European satchel or whatever they call it, or a man bag. That is nothing manly about that fucking thing. But you know what? At the same time,
if it's made out of leather and it's kind of worn looking, I think it's.
So what you're saying is you got one.
No, I don't have one.
Oh man, I was gonna say that's cool, man. You know,
I know
mean?
it's cool. I don't give
see,
everything I do is cool.
You got one. I know it is. I gotta fucking find it, man. I'm gonna find it.
I don't have a man bag.
Yeah, well, you know what? You should get one. I got 3. No, I'm just kidding.
They're too expensive anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't freaking know. The only time I ever had a fucking European satchel man bag is because I came up on it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So
yeah, I probably sold it for like $1,000. You know what I mean? It's like a $3,000 man bag, fucking European fucking like blue Stingray fucking leather or some shit. And I'm like, yeah, just give me a teener for it. And they're like, yeah, well, I can give you this, like a 0.5, and then maybe you can come back for it later. Well, yeah. But I give it to him, and then fucking good luck. And then all of a sudden I see him, he's living in a fucking, you know, because this fucking was one-of-a-kind fucking bag that was invented fucking in the Holocaust or some shit, you know? And I just gave it away I'm so full of crap. Anyways, next question.
Is that usually if you have something like that, is a dealer gonna take it from you for drugs, or do they usually need an in-between person?
No.
So a drug dealer is like a pawnbroker in the meth world, or
a drug dealer is your best friend, your fucking, you know, whatever. You have this illusion of your connect, and the connect is like, dude, it's nothing what the people think that he is to them, you know. They're like, oh yeah, my dealer, dude, he's my homie, and then he's just like, dude, he's just fucking somebody I sell to. And I'm just like, yeah, fucking me and him, I got his number, you know. Everybody's got his fucking number. He's his dealer. You know what I mean?
So like usually with the trope is with weed dealers is that you go over there and they want to talk your ear off and hang out with you for fucking way longer. That's not how a meth dealer is.
You watch fucking Pineapple Express way too fucking much.
No, I've had that experience.
Well, and you know what? Those are the worst fucking dealers. You know why? Because they're not the worst dealers. They're the best dealers. You know what? Because they're like, yeah, come on in. And you know what? But then they're broke at the end of the day because you sat there all day and they smoked you out all day long and everything. And you know what? That's a friend right there. That's not a dealer. That's a friend. You know what I mean? Because honestly, nowadays, your dealer doesn't even want to fucking talk to you. They'll be like, hey man, I'll just fucking leave it in your mailbox and just fucking leave the money outside. Because they know how expensive it could be if you're like, hey, you think I can just come over? Fuck, you know? Because you're like, yeah. And then they don't know that you're with 3 other people, you know? All right, I'm going to just come by. Well, just come on in. The door will be open, you know? And then you roll in there with 3 people that he doesn't know and everything. And they're already ready to get all fucking geeked out, you know what I mean? And they're always like, you know, and they're always the ones pushing it too. Like, hey, he's just like, yeah, come on in and fucking want to bullshit and everything. And then your friends that you brought over there are like, hey, where's it at, man? Where's it at? You know? And, oh, God. You know, but weed dealers are probably different, man. I never really got a weed dealer, you know? Because I just went straight for the good stuff. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I don't even know how I got my weed when I was a weed head. You know?
Probably from friends. Usually it's like one guy in your group buys an eighth or whatever and then breaks it out to you? Or
I don't know, man. Honestly, I said that I smoked weed all the time, every day. But did I? Once I think about it, I was like, did I? You know what I mean? Because I have no clue where I got it. But I think my mom's boyfriend was actually a stoner. And he would always, you know what? I think it's because he would always smoke on the side of the house, and I fucking noticed that because, I got locked out of the house a lot, not because my mom locked me out, but just because I just didn't know that fucking, you gotta have a house key, to get in. And everything, so I would have to walk around the side of the house, and then this is before, I was like, what is this, a fucking cigarette? Why would he come out here and smoke a cigarette like this? It's fucking weird. It's like, and rollies? What the fuck? But it was a joint, so every time he would go out there and everything, and I would just snipe him and pick him up, I think, and then, and then I think he fucking ended up leaving because fucking all his weed was gone, because... he would go out there to smoke his halfie and it would be gone and be like, what the fuck, man? I don't know. Anyways, so, yeah, man. Come on. What?
I just like to sit in dead air sometimes.
Do you?
Yeah.
Fucking, because I'm just sitting here like, fuck, we got nothing? Fuck.
So, tell me about when... You told me the other day that you went to culinary school. Tell me a little bit about that.
Oh, geez.
How old were you?
I don't know. Like, it was in 2000. So the culinary school. So I had a rough experience with, because I was rolling with some dealers and of course all of them are my friends. You know what I mean? And I can trust every single one of them. And fucking lo and behold, that was not a way to fucking start coming into the game, because if you trust everybody that you do drugs with, because I was new. Yeah. I was new, and I had a car, I had a place where people can kick it, and everybody liked me. No. It's just I had a fucking car, and I had a place where people can kick it, and I was too fucking dumb to realize that they were using me, you know what I mean? Or I just didn't give a shit because I fucking finally, I had something that people could use me for, you know what I mean? Found my purpose in life. And that's where a lot of my fucking trust issues went, because so I had my lady, I was dating her for about 5 years, and we never used or anything and everything. And then we got introduced to meth, like normal. How people normally ruin relationships. This is where a great relationship, or I thought it was a great relationship, because...
Wait, you were sober for 5 years?
No!
What are you talking about?
Once you put it like that, it's just like...
Did you meet her in fucking grade school? Or
no, once you put it like that, this is where it comes out. This is where the whole picture is. I'm good at lying to myself.
Yeah, you are.
You know what I mean? That's where I was good.
I was in this relationship for 5 years. We went to college together.
And then somebody asked me, when's the longest you've ever had clean on the outs? And I'm like, fuck, I almost made it to a year once. And here I am saying that fucking I didn't do fucking drugs for 5 years. Mm-hmm. My timeline might be a little fucked off.
I think so.
You know what I mean? And that's just with good quality meth. Mm-hmm. It could. So anyways, I was clean for like 5 years, I think.
Okay.
All right. Allegedly, in my mind then, and I don't even know, and I don't even know what timeline, because, and my timeline could be messed up because, so I think I started dating her like when I was like 19. Mm-hmm. But that could be wrong. You know what I mean? Because if I was dating her for 5 years sober, but I remember living with 3 strippers at one point, and that was like at like 22 to like 24 years old. Mm-hmm. So if you do the math,
it doesn't add up.
Doesn't add up.
Unless she was hanging out with the strippers at your
house.
house.
She was.
Oh.
I think. You know, maybe I wasn't as good as a boyfriend as I thought I was, you know?
Could be.
Because I was wondering, and this is where the illusion comes in when you're using, but at the same time, I'm 5 years clean. So this illusion, I didn't know if I was in one of those fucking, what are those things called again? What you were talking about?
The simulation.
Simulation.
Your simulation
because
for
this
4.5
is
years.
this is where the simulation that I invented a smarter simulator that was sober for 5 years, you know, and just being the best boyfriend
Until meth came and fucked everything up.
Yeah, but it couldn't have happened because I was sober for 5 years. So it's you know, with the timeline, it's just not adding up. So I got to figure it out right now. I'm just gonna keep rolling with.
Let's pretend it was 5 years.
Let's pretend that it was 5 years. Okay, I was living with strippers from like at age 22 to age 24, and I was being a great, responsible boyfriend. It comes to realize, no wonder she fucking left me for the dope dealer. No, you know what I mean? Because I was like, why would she leave? I'm sitting there, and I'm like, and I'm thinking this fucking happened overnight. You know what I mean? It's like my dealer needs rides because I got a car. You know, my girlfriend's hanging out, and you know, and I, you know, me being just fucking not trusting everybody, I would go. Like, I'd leave my girlfriend with my fucking dope dealer, and I'd go get sodas for everybody, and then come back and just be like, what you guys talk about? Nothing? Cool. You know what I mean? No, we were just talking about how much I love you, you know, and shit like that. That's what I was thinking. So anyways, after my drug dealer didn't need rides anymore the next day, she moved in with him. And I'm sitting there wondering, how the fuck did this happen? What the fuck happened? I was such a good fucking boyfriend. For them to do this to me, I had to figure that out. Why? She must have fucking... And you know what? I was like, the dope got her. You know what I mean? Because nobody in the right state of mind would have left somebody that loved somebody so much. So anyways, I went back home with the 3 strippers and tried to figure it out, you know? And I was just, and you know what? And this is where my trust fucking kind of just spiraled down into like, well, who can I trust now? My dope dealer fucking can't even get dope from him. You know what I mean? Because then I got to see her there. And so I had to find another dope dealer. So I found a friend, you know, that I've been talking to and everything. And you know, because, you know, not everybody has one dope dealer. You know what I mean? You got a few just in case if this shit happens, you know? Yeah. And so I went, and so I started living with my other dope dealer at his parents' house, you know, because that's normal, you know what I mean? And and he's like, dude, man, that's your homie. He did you dirty like that, man. That's fucked up, man. Guess what? I thought it was fucked up too. Yeah. Next day, she comes over to see me because she found out where I was. I was at work. I come home, there's her car. I'm like, fuck, she's back. It's beautiful. I go to use the key. Fucking he comes out. He's like, hey, bro, I need your key back. You know what I mean? I'm like, well, where's my baby? You know? She don't want to see you. So I was like, what the fuck? So that was fucked up. You know what I mean? Because now I'm like, you too? After what we bonded last night? After we bonded yesterday, you saying that? That's fucked up. Did your homie did you dirty like that? That's you. You just did it. You know what I mean? After that happened, after you fucking heart to heart, come on. So anyway, so
you probably pulled her number out of your phone.
Yeah, I bet, dude. You know what I mean? And so the trust was gone there, and so now I'm back at my grandma's house. You know, back at home. I'm not even living with the strippers no more because I don't even know. My timeline's all fucked up. I don't even know if I started living with the strippers before this happened or after it happened. That's where I'm going with this. So anyways, I'm at my grandma's house, and then I'm driving. I go to the casino, and then I'm just fucking crying, listening to fucking Garth Brooks, just fucking making it hard as fuck for me to just move on. You know what I mean? Just fucking crying. And then all of a sudden I see this kid that I know and he's walking from the casino and I'm like, fucking, this guy needs help. You know what I mean? As I'm crying, just rolling down the window. Hey man, what's going on? He's like, man, my lady just left me and I'm fucking walking. I'm like, dude, you want to be my friend? You know what I mean? Come on. He gets in. We go to my grandma's. And this guy's, I feed him. I clothe him. I tell him my story and everything, thinking that we can fucking relate on a different level and everything. And then all of a sudden, I clothe him and he takes off. Guess what he does? He goes to my fucking old dope dealer that has my girl now. And he fucking starts dating her. Can you believe that shit? That was the only one that I had it out for. I had people looking for this motherfucker, dude, until I found him. And so I had a friend that calls me, and this is like months go by, and I'm just sitting there listening to Garth Brooks still, just crying, relating to everything. God dang it, And finally the call comes, and he's like, hey man, your lady's here at Fry's with this dude. I said, fuck it, be right there. And I go, and he's waiting outside. He's like, they're in there, dude. They're still in there. I've been out here this whole time. They're in there. And I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. You know what I mean? But I knew that this motherfucker crossed the line. All the other two,
That's to be expected.
Well, yeah, you know what I mean? Because you know what? They look at it as property. Mm-hmm. That they didn't look at it like that was the love of my life and that fucking we've been dating for 5 years, that we've been sober. You know what I mean? So, and they just saw it as property. I didn't take your lady. I took your property, Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, fuck it. I was such a pussy in my fucking addiction, you know what I mean? That I was like, you took my property? Fuck it, I guess. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I guess that's what happened. So, anyways, so I'm going up the lines, trying to fucking find them in the fucking aisles and everything. And then I see them in the checkout line. And I just fucking walk up there, spin them around. They're sitting there paying. And I spin him around and just drop this guy right in front of the security guard at Fry's. You know what I mean?
Smart.
Fuck yeah, it was. You know what? And I didn't. And you know what? And I fucking just dropped him and just walked off. I didn't even fucking look back to see if he was getting up to fucking whoop me or not. I was just like, yeah, he's out. You know what I mean? 106 pounds fucking just swinging at you. I know he's down. You know what I mean? He's down for the count. They're probably getting those fucking wavy sticks that you put in front of his nose to wake him up. Fuck no. I don't even know if he fell. You know what I mean? I don't even know if he fell to the ground. But I walked off like I'm fucking, and I'm like, you know what? Fucking, my job's done, dude.
Yeah, explosion. You're just
walking away. And then I'm just fucking, yeah. And I'll be like, and I was my homie was like, I'll see you at my grandma's. We're going to talk about this shit. You know what I mean? Fuck yeah. Fucking finally got it off my chest. You know what I mean? Fucking now, she's going to come back now. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, she saw how tough
how tough I was. Mm-hmm. Fucking A. So anyways, so I get a phone call from her phone like 10 minutes later, and I'm like, fucking, here she is. And I'm like, I should just let it ring. Let her, just let it ring for a while.
Play hard to get.
Play hard to get. Let her fucking think that I don't even want her anymore. You know what I mean? But no, fuck no. I answered it before the first ring got done. Hey, babe. And he said, he said, I still got your bitch. And I said, oh. Can I talk to her? Can I talk to her?
Does she want to say
Does she want to talk to me? You know what I mean? And that was just fucking sad. And how pathetic. And if anybody can relate to fucking when you fucking know that the fucking drug changed you, that was my point right there. That was my turning point where I, because they say do drugs, don't let the drugs do you. Well, fucking that was me knowing that I was powerless over fucking everything for this fucking drug that changed it changed who I was supposed to be into somebody that I couldn't fucking even live with. You know what I mean? And that was the time where I'm like, and my grandma fucking had to go through that because I couldn't go through it I couldn't do it. I'm sitting there And fucking my grandma's getting worried because I lived upstairs in her house, you know, and I would not come down. And I'm just sitting there with my dog. My dog fucking, you know, if anybody can relate that dogs and music can fucking get you through anything, that was what got me through the shit that I fucking let happen in my life, you know. And so that's when and this whole question was talk about culinary school. You know what I mean? So this is how
finally there.
Yeah, because you know what? Because I have to talk about this shit for you to understand why the fuck I went to culinary school. You know what I mean? Because I didn't know. You know, It's not. I mean, yeah, I loved cooking, but that's not why I went. That's not why I went. I didn't. You know, I went because fucking my grandma knew that I was so fucked up. If I didn't get out of Yuma, that it was gonna kill me, and she wanted to know that if she went, that I was okay. That's what my grandma. That's why I went to culinary school, because she just wanted me out of this town and to move on with my life because I couldn't do it for myself. So I went to culinary school and it was at the worst time in my fucking life because I wasn't sober and I couldn't get sober. So I went to culinary school. It was a fucking 9-month course. I went for a year and a half. And didn't get past basics 1 and 2. I mean, I went to basics 1 and 2. I went to basics 1 and 2 like 6 times. You know what I mean? And so you can only miss 3 days in culinary school, and that's not bad when you're paying $30,000 to fucking learn something and to fucking change your career into fucking cooking. I know how to fucking cook at home. Never cooked in a restaurant before in my life.
Never?
Never.
Just out of the blue.
Just out of the blue.
I like making
my grandma's
ramen.
like, what do you like to do? What do you like to do? What do you want to do? What do you want to do to, you know, when you... Fucking tweak. Tweak. That's it. They didn't have a fucking college for that. You know what I mean? So I was like, fuck it, cooking. I love cooking. At home. Because I know where everything's at. And I'm just cooking for 2. And if it tastes like shit, my grandma loved me enough to fucking say, she would eat it and say it was fucking phenomenal. Mm-hmm. Phenomenal. I wish I could have seconds. That's what she would do for fucking shit that, you know.
Did you live on campus or is it like not?
No.
How does a culinary school work? I don't even know.
It's just so culinary school is it's 6 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Jesus.
So you do 3 hours. There's a classroom. So you do 3 hours in class and then 3 hours in the kitchen. So the people that are in the kitchen, while we're in the class, then they flop. You know what I mean? Mm. So, and there's only like 8 people in the classroom, 8 people in the kitchen. And then it's a small school, but you learn a lot. Well, they learn a lot.
Were you going every day?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. I was. For a minute.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? And that's where it goes. And that's why it starts off like when I said I went it's a 9-month course and I went for a year and a half. Mm-hmm. So you can see that I missed like 3 days, but then I started over because I'm good at lying. We just learned that I'm good at lying because I can believe myself into fucking people making other people believe me. So when because they're like, well, what do you want to do? You want to do mornings or afternoons? Fucking afternoons for sure, because mornings when the sun starts coming up, that's when I'm like, fuck.
Time to go to bed.
Time to go to bed. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Were you on meth the whole time you were at the culinary school? Yeah.
Yes. Yes, I was. And that's probably one of the reasons, if not the reason, why it took so long to not graduate. You know? So like I said, so I did afternoons. And, you know, and we're going, and I get through basics 1 and 2. You know, and basics 1 and 2 is like in the classrooms, you're learning what a fucking thermometer is. You're learning what a fucking ice cream scooper is? You know what an ice cream scooper is called?
No.
Not an ice cream scooper. Not in culinary school. It's called a portion scoop.
Oh.
Write that down.
Fancy.
You know why?
Because it portions out things other than ice cream?
Yes. Fucking yes. Yes. You know, if you got a fucking scoop of potatoes, put that on there. You know, it's not just for ice cream. I don't even think we ever used it for ice cream.
Yeah.
You know why?
Because there's something better than that little thumb thing for ice cream?
No.
Oh.
It's because we portionized everything else. Yes. You know? So anyways, so I went through basics 1 and 2 in afternoon school. Then I started, listen to this. So I didn't like my chef in culinary school. Nobody likes their chef in culinary school.
Yeah.
Because they're fucking
assholes.
dicks and they tell you what the fuck's wrong with your shit. Mm-hmm. So you can learn. Not me. No. He fucking guts it out for me. He hurt my feelings. How's that need more salt? What do you mean? How's that need more salt? I took it personal because fuck. I've been babied my whole life. And when somebody says that tastes like shit, my grandma doesn't think so. No wonder she had high cholesterol and high blood pressure. Fucking because it too much salt. No, it's not. My grandma said it wasn't. You know? So bless her heart, man. You know?
After how many months was it?
Well, basics 1 and 2 is like, you know, it's like you're like 2 months in, you know, and you do basics 1 and 2. You learn all the cuts. Yeah. What's a fucking small dice? What's a large dice? What's a fucking, and that's where I fucking stopped because I forgot all the shit that I learned. You know what I mean? There's different cuts besides just a large dice and a small dice. There's so much more.
Yeah.
So anyways, so I would do basics 1 and 2. Flying colors, and then I'm like, you know what? I don't like my chef. He hurt my feelings. Too much salt. Yeah, right. You know what I mean? That shit's good. You know what I mean? So I was like, I fucking tell the fucking head people, hey, I think I need to drop down to mornings. You know what I mean? We're just not seeing eye to eye. You know, still doing it my way. And so they let me go to fucking. They're like, well, you know what? You got to start over. Fucking great. You know why? Because in the fucking test, because you do a test, every freaking thing, what you learn about, what's this? Is it a fucking thermometer? Is it an ice cream scoop?
Portion scooper.
Portion scoop, you know what I mean? But fucking 2 months in, we do the test. There's that fucking picture of the ice cream scooper. What do I put down?
Ice cream scooper.
Fucking ice cream scoop. You know what I mean? Ice cream scoop. Because that's what it is. That's what it is. It's a fucking ice cream scooper. I didn't learn that until I went 3 times into basics 1 and 2 that it's a portion scoop. I had to do it over and over because when I started going in the mornings and I fucking learned the large dice, small dice, fucking all that, ice cream scoop, fucking A. And then the fucking spaghetti strainer, fuck no. It's a fucking colander. It's a colander. It's a fucking, because you know why it's a colander?
Because not only spaghetti needs
It's not only spaghetti. Fucking A. But guess what? When that fucking colander picture comes up, what is that? Spaghetti strainer. Fucking A. And that was through the first 2 times I went through fucking basics 1 and 2. So you know what? I like my chef. But guess what? It's fucking something changed in me. You know? I came down to Yuma, and my best friend's living with me at the time because he came up with me because my grandma would not let me leave by myself. And it's funny because she did not think that this friend was good for me. You know what I mean?
Bad influence.
Bad influence on me. You know what I mean? But she was happy for him to fucking leave with me because she just didn't want me to leave by myself. You know what I mean? So he went up there with me, and that's how I found people do drugs in Scottsdale. Yeah, you know how I found that out? Because I took a drug addict with me, being a drug addict myself, but I was like, I need to do culinary school. You know, but my homie, he was at AM PM waiting, just fucking people pumping gas and we're in Scottsdale. This is where Scottsdale, you can't even find a meth pipe without driving 45 miles to fucking Peoria. Or not Peoria, to fucking Peoria. Or Mesa. Or it was some fucked up town. You know what I mean? Because and then you walk in there first fucking, right when you go from Scottsdale to Peoria, fucking liquor store, fucking smoke shop. Fucking there it is. You don't see a smoke shop. If you see a smoke shop in Scottsdale, it's not a smoke shop. It's a cigar bar.
Yeah.
Where people are sitting there smoking fucking just, you know, a glass case with this big old fat cigar that's fucking, you know, it's like, it looks like it's fucking huge.
Yeah.
You know, it would be intimidating to fucking suck on that all day. You know what I mean? But rich people can do it. They can get away with it. Because either they got a lot of money. Well, it's because they got a lot of money. You know? So that's why they can get away with it. You know what I mean? They're not intimidated by this big old fucking thing in their fucking mouth. Fucking just, you know what? And they're just sitting there just talking about how fucking much money they have and how fucking much this fucking cigar costs. This was a $20,000 cigar. Christopher Columbus brought this over on the fucking, on the Mayflower. You know what I mean? He brought this over on the Mayflower and it's been dipped in fucking Egyptian gold or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? And he's
getting back to your so you eventually you didn't make it to the end, or
Culinary School.
Yeah, did they drop you?
That's
or
what we're talking about.
How did it happen?
Yes, well, I'm not there yet. So that was the life changing. This is where, so I already been through basics 1 and 2. So the third time I went through basics 1 and 2, because I had to start over again. Guess what? Once I fucking started not worrying about my ex, you know what I mean? Because, of course, she's still in the picture. Because you know what? I was thinking, she'll come back. Yeah. You know what I mean? Once she gets run through the whole town, you know what I mean?
And once you're a badass chef, she'll be irresistible.
Yeah, once you know, once I got out of town and everything and she's ran through everybody else, you know what I mean? In Yuma. I think she just wanted to come up and she knew that I'd come and get her. But so this is before we found a dealer in Scottsdale because they're hard to find. So we kept on coming down every other day to come down here and get shit.
Jesus.
Yes. This is what we do. That's why when they say in recovery, if you put 10% of what you would do to get high into recovery, flying colors. Yeah. You would stay sober. You know what I mean? Because it was a fucking lot of work. Well, you know, but I had nothing going on besides culinary school. You know what I mean? So we would come down here and we would get high. I mean, we wouldn't get high. We would just get stuff. So we go to, I think my dealer was at Kokopah. So we go to Kokopah. And I came down to get my stuff, the rest of my stuff from my grandma's. We go to Kokopah. And guess what? It's my ex's birthday. And my dealer is celebrating it with her at Kokopah. So there it is. My ex is with this dealer. What the fuck? And you know what I mean? And I'm just like, I see them and they're having a great time. Happy birthday. I fucking leave. I find my homie. I'm like, let's get the fuck out of here, man. I don't want anything. You know what I mean? Let's go to my grandma's. I'm going to get my shit and we're going to come back to fucking Scottsdale. You know? And then we get to my grandma's. Guess who's there? Guess who's there?
Your girlfriend.
No, she was my girlfriend. My ex. And my dealer.
Sorry.
And my dealer. You know what I mean? And guess what he said? Because she couldn't talk to me. She wasn't allowed to talk to me. He talked for her. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because that's his property. I wish I would have learned that. You know, I wish I would have fucking learned. You don't say shit. I tell you when to talk. You know what I mean? Because maybe she wouldn't have left me for him. You know what I mean? But I
don't know if that's the takeaway for that. But anyway.
Well, hey, but you know what? Well, at least I know that they weren't doing the shit behind my back. You know what I mean? Because I wouldn't have left them together. You know what I mean? So anyways, so he comes up to me and he's like, hey, man, she doesn't want to be with me anymore. She wants to be with you. I said, what the fuck is going on, man? I was like, I thought I was being punked. You know what I mean? I thought Ashton was going to come out and everything. And I'm like, you fucking with me? Because I've already fucking lost my shit over all this, dude. It's been like 9 months, dude. And I'm finally getting over the whole, it was like a breakup. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Finally getting over this breakup that was just fucking miserable. Miserable. Where my grandma had to fucking ship me out of town with a fucking dope fiend to be okay. You know what I mean? That's how fucking crazy it was. So guess what? She wants to come back with me. Guess what? Fucking would love you to. Would love you to. Come on. And you know what I did?
Tell her that she can come now.
Yeah, tell her that she can come with me now. And then I'll tell her to get her shit and let's go. You know what I mean? Because she's mine now. And then, but you know what? I don't have room for 3 in the car. My homie that's been there. And you know what my homie said? Because I was like, hey, man, dude, you know what? We're going to try to make this work. And my buddy says, hey, just don't step in the bullshit. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you know, just because I'm kicking you out doesn't mean that she doesn't love me. You know what I mean? So I kick him out. And so we're driving to Phoenix. You know what I mean? Guess what happens on the way there? Stepped in shit. Because she wants me to fucking turn around. We're in Gila Bend. She wants me to turn around because she wants to go back with him. I was like, didn't he give you enough shit to at least last you the fucking ride up here? Because if he didn't, we got to go back anyways because I got to get some shit from him. Because I thought you had some. That's the only reason why I came down here. You were just a bonus. You know what I mean? And then you don't have enough shit for us? What the fuck? And I was like, and she's like, well, you want me to call him? I'll tell you when to call him. You know what I mean? I'll tell you when to call him. No, I didn't get like that. But I was like, you know what? If you want to fucking be with him, this is where I put my foot down. If you want to be with him, tell him to pick you up at our fucking apartment in fucking Scottsdale. Because I'm not fucking turning around. I've put my foot down and I don't have enough gas to fucking get all the way there and all the way back. You know what I mean? So we get to Scottsdale and I thought everything was going to ride out. You know what I mean? He was there pretty quick. I think he might have been following us the whole way. Or she went behind my back and talked to him, you know, when we were driving. So anyway, so he gets up there and he's like, hey man, fucking I'm here to pick her up. And I said, yeah. Did you bring any shit with you? Yeah. All right, so we're going to try to reel this culinary thing because it's been going for a while. And you know what the bad thing is? I've only been through basics 1 and 2 3 times. I think I went 5 total.
We didn't even get to the end of your culinary school.
Yeah, we're not even past basics 1 and 2. So, I mean, I could teach basics 1 and 2 after, you know, the 3rd time go round. You know, dude, the small and large dice, freaking,
you weren't even to julienne and matchsticks.
That's what they are. Those are the cuts that I forgot about. But yes, I did those. That's when I was like, yeah, and there's other cuts too with a fucking carrot. Mm-hmm. You know, those are the juliennes and shit. Mm-hmm. What the fuck? You know, that's shit. I paid $30,000. Yeah.
Planks, matchsticks.
Yes. And you know, so see now you got me freaking. I was gonna reel it in, and then now I just fucking threw it back out there, and now it's just fucking. I'm just waiting for the fucking bobber to fucking strike again. You know. So, but yeah. So anyway, so reeling it in, going to culinary school. I'm pretty much teaching basics 1 and 2. I mean, I got really good at it. And then, you know, let's just wrap it up. Long story short, I didn't graduate. I paid $30,000 to realize I didn't fucking like cooking as much as I thought I did.
Do you cook a lot now?
Fuck no, I hate it. Fucking hate it. I hate it. You know what I mean? Everybody in my culinary school was like, hey, what'd you do last night? I couldn't fucking say I tweaked. You know? So I just said, I did what you did. Oh, yeah? I went home and I went shopping and I freaking, and I went and I shopped and I got this, and this, and I made my own ingredients and I filleted some fish and then I took pictures.
A duck confit
whatever. and they're like, and I took pictures so it'll be in my portfolio. So when we do have, what's that thing when you're still in school but they give you a job? Internship.
Yeah.
Never made it to that. You know what I mean?
Did you ever have a job cooking even after that?
Fuck no. Fuck no, I didn't. No. Dude. No. I never cooked in a restaurant before. The closest thing that I got to cooking in a restaurant was I was a dishwasher. That's it.
You got fucking demoted?
Yeah. And I had this big old idea that I was going to be a chef on an ocean liner because I was single,
Yeah,
and that's what apparently people do when they're single and they just get out of chef school. Because why wouldn't you want to travel the world with all these fucking single women on this fucking yacht?
Yeah.
And just, oh, you're the chef? Oh, it was fucking phenomenal. I was like, well, you fucking know my grandma, don't you? Because you know my grandma because she
just
said
the right amount of salt.
Yeah, just the right amount of salt. And then they're in their fucking bedroom, fucking taking their fucking high blood pressure pills, and shit. And just he's a sweetheart, did you, But and then they didn't even fucking all the plates came back fucking full, And it was. I wish I could have seconds. You know what I mean? Bullshit. Anyways, so yeah, I didn't pass culinary school. Never made it to internship. You know what I mean? So.
But you did find a meth dealer.
Yes, I did find a meth dealer in Scottsdale, and that's where I think my addiction got worse. In Scottsdale. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the good thing is I didn't have to fucking waste all my fucking drug money on gas to get to Yuma.
That saves you money.
To get drugs. You know what I mean? So it was easier because it was just right there. I was living in Scottsdale. I lived right across the street from my culinary school. Right across the street. I mean, you could fucking... If I did not go to school that day, I couldn't go out my fucking front door to smoke a cigarette because my fucking chef would see me. You know? They're like, where's Gary? He's outside smoking a cigarette. Why is he not in school today? Fucking who knows? You know?
So how'd you meet the drug dealer?
So at the drug dealer, so we were at the AMPM, and we were there for, like normal people, you know. We didn't even have a car. We weren't even pumping gas. We were just standing there waiting for somebody to look more fucked up than we were, you know. And lo and behold, there he comes, you know. And it was funny because, you know, it's hard. I mean, you should see how many dirty looks you get because he wasn't the first person that we asked. You know, he wasn't the first person we asked if, hey, you know where we can get some meth?
Just propositioning
people. Because some people...
What are you doing here at 3 a.m. if you're not a meth dealer? And
it's because, like, you know, sometimes you get desperate and you're like, well, you know what? Maybe because you're like, he's sniffing. You know, he's got to do it.
Yeah.
You know, he's got to know somebody that does it. It was fucking cold that night. He just, you know what I mean? And they're like, fucking no. I don't fucking, and I can't believe the cops never got called because we asked like fucking 4 or like 8 people before we found the guy, you know? And so we found him and he's like, yeah, just follow me to my house and I'll hook you up.
That's not cool.
Does not sound cool at all, especially in Scottsdale. But guess what? Fucking desperate.
Yeah.
Fucking desperate. We were like, dude, I was like, one of us will drive with you. And then the other one will follow. Because one, I didn't want you to fucking ditch us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And two, I didn't want us to ditch you. You know what I mean? So we're going and we get to Scottsdale Mountain Summit. And that is just, we're just like, this guy's fucking high. No way he lives in this fucking... Because you know what? To get to his house, we had to go through 3 security gates, and 2 of them had armed guards. We pull up to Scottsdale Mountain Summit. This street it's not even a street where you can drive through this neighborhood and get to the shitty end of the fucking block. You know what I mean? Like, you know how you can drive. This street was built for this fucking residential area.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're going down this street, there's no fucking like, you know, like it's by Mexico, it says last U-turn before you get to Mexico. You know what I mean? It was like, if you get to this armed gate, you better have the fucking pin code or a fucking garage door opener because shit's going to pop off. These guys are fucking ready. They're like worse than like post office freaking security guards. They want to use a gun. They haven't used it in a decade, you know? So he's got his hand on his hip and he fucking, and he's like, hey, what's up? And they just let us go by. And then he's like, this car behind me is with me. And luckily I was with him. So I was like, I don't care whatever happens to, I don't care what happens to the car behind me, even though it was my car. I was like, you know what? As long as I'm with him, I know I'm getting high. You know what I mean? Fuck him. You know, and so we go, and we're going up this mountain. The higher you go up this mountain is the bigger these houses get, and the more security gates you got to go through. So we get up, so he's got to have his clicker, and we get through this fucking armed gate security guard, and then we're going all the way up this mountain, and then we get to a fucking 4-digit PIN code, you know, and then he's typing it in, and I'm like, it opens the gate, and I'm like, okay, maybe he is legit. You know what I mean? Maybe he does live up here. Mm-hmm. So we're going, and then we get to another one. And then he freaking has to put in his address, you know? And then finally, we're at the fucking last of these. He's at the top. Not him, his parents.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that is a good dealer, is when you live with your parents.
Right.
You know? And it was crazy because we pull up. I mean, the garage has a garage. It was crazy. You know, he opens this 6-car garage and every car's black and it's freaking just, I don't know if they had a freaking person that polished them every night when they got done with it, or the lighting was just phenomenal. Mm-hmm. But it's funny because he's got his dad's Cadillac, that's a 2-door. Then he's got his dad's Cadillac, that's a 4-door car. Then his dad's Cadillac, that's an SUV. And then his mom's Cadillac, that's a 2-door. And then it goes down the line to her SUV. And then he's got a fucking Mitsubishi fucking Fiat or whatever the fuck it was. You know, and it's just barely getting up Scottsdale Mountain Summit. Just fucking trucking, you know. And I'm like, that's why I didn't believe that he was fucking, you know, I was like, what the fuck, you got this?
Why would you approach someone that had a nice car?
Yeah, exactly. But we did, because it's Scottsdale. But we failed because we did, you know? But anyway, so he opens his 6-car garage, and all the spots are taken, you know? He just opens it up because he probably doesn't have the key to the front door, you know? And so he has to park in the driveway or whatever. And we go into the garage, and it's not a garage. This thing is huge. It's like, you know, when you go to a high school gym and you fucking say, hey, this is cool. Hey, this is cool. Hey, this is cool. It's echoing. That's how big this was, you know? And he shuts the freaking garage, all fucking 6 fucking doors with 1 button on his phone. You know, that's how, you know, it wasn't even, Alexa wasn't even invented yet, and they had it, you know? And so we're going, and I'm like, dude, it's fucking, I mean, because it's early in the morning, and we open the door, and he's just fucking kicking shit, just fucking throwing shit around like it's its own house, you know? But I realized his house is so big.
They're not going to hear him anyway.
Fuck no. Because I mean, dude, if you had that watch that took your steps, it would probably take fucking 4,800 steps to get to the other side of the house, you know, to where his parents was, you know, and everything. So he's just, yeah, this is the fucking house. Let me show you around, you know, and everything. And these houses, you got the study, you got the conservatory, you got the fucking the hall, like everything that is in Clue, the board game. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's what it was. You know, the library had a library in his office. You know, and it's like, you know, these furniture, like the furniture were like freaking like, you know, when you got a lot of money is when you don't know what to buy, and you just got. He's showing us all this fucking art, you know, that is like, you know what that is? That is freaking, that's a real bow and arrow that was fucking embroidered in fucking woolly mammoth skin or whatever. And this tusk was made from fucking a woolly mammoth, fucking whatever the fuck. And, or you know what that is right there in that glass case? That's a T-Rex egg. You know, shit like that. When you just have so much money, you don't know what to buy. You know what I mean? And everything. And I even think I saw the fucking, the cane from the movie Jurassic Park with the fucking mosquito in the fucking sap. I think that shit was right next to the T-Rex egg. You know? And stuff like that. And I was like, you know... And so we're all looking at all this stuff, and I just want to know, dude, if they have all this kind of art, he's got to have some pretty cool fucking bongs. You know what I mean? I mean, just, he's got to have a room for him, you know, and everything. And then he comes, we go in his room and everything, and he pulls out this fucking, it was like a fucking water bottle with a pen in it. And some water, like a fucking bong. And I'm like...
Improvise.
Dude, I was like, what the fuck, all this shit? And you know what? And you don't have a fucking... A water? Fucking... And it was like, you know, where you use the torch to bend it a little bit so you got the angle that it'll fucking... So you can hold it and it'll hit your lips good. You know, I'm just like...
You got a little pen with a socket.
Yes, with super glue around the side. So you got that fucking super glue. Just cheap shit. But then I realized, you know, all this shit his parents had. You know what I mean? But, so anyway, so we're sitting there, and then all of a sudden, you hear this, he's got this fucking big-ass map gas torch in this house, just trying to fucking light this pipe. And I'm like, dude, your fucking parents are going to wake up. This thing is loud. It's like a fucking jet engine. Oh. You know what I mean? And I'm just freaking. I was like, dude, I knew we should have just got a sack and just fucking. Why would he ask to fucking come in and see his shit? You know what I mean? And I'm freaking out and everything. But then I realized that fucking, dude, they're on the other side of the kitchen. Yeah. You know what I mean? They had 3 kitchens. You know what I mean? Their kitchen had a bathroom in it. You know? It was crazy. It's one of those houses where it's a 3-bedroom house with 26 bathrooms. You know what I mean? That rich people have. You're like, what the fuck? How do you have 26 bathrooms in 3 rooms? You know? It was crazy. And then so we go out back, and you just see this fucking view. This view probably costs like at least fucking 1,000, like $500,000 a month, probably just to see this view. You know what I mean? I bet you they have to rent this fucking view every time somebody comes out here and sees it. You know what I mean? So, and he's like, it's where when the wind blows, the fucking awnings retract into the fucking house. You know? And if it's cold, fucking all of a sudden, he's like, it's before Alexa. So he's like, Alexa, you know? Shit.
I missed something. Can you say it again?
Sorry. Okay, this is before Alpha. Okay. Okay, I'm not going to use the A word. Okay, this is before, can't even think of it. This is before the talking stuff.
Yeah.
And everything. And so it was a cold night. And all of a sudden, he thinks it. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden, you see this flame going from right where this fire pit is, right where we're sitting. And all of a sudden, this flame goes. And all of a sudden, you see these pillars go. Foo, 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 foo. And all this flame is just going all the way through this whole yard that is just freaking huge. And you got this, oh, it's just like, dude, what are you doing, man? You know, I don't want to, your fucking parents are going to wake up, dude. And he's just like, this is cool, ain't it? I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, this is awesome. But just put it out. You know what I mean? Put it out. And it's just this, oh my God, it was amazing. But my paranoia and everything was just too high to understand that his parents ain't going to see this. Mm-hmm. They don't even know that they have it. You know what I mean? That's how much money they got. You know? That they just let the freaking contractors just build whatever. Just think of something cool and just build it and then just send me the check. Mm-hmm. So they don't even know they have this stuff. That's how much money they got. And you know what? And I was like, dude, how's your parents have this so much money? And he's like, he didn't even know. he didn't even know. You know why? Because they didn't want him to know. You know, he's just like, I think my dad has a couple patents on something. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it turns out that his dad, we gotta Google it. We gotta Google his dad's name for him to figure it out. That his dad patented this one instrument that has to be in every filter of every, the big water towers, that all the water towers, he has this one invention that you can't bypass this thing. It's just like how freaking Bill Gates, how Bill Gates invented this chip. Is it called a motherboard? Probably. I don't know. I don't know the Bill Gates story. But all I know is if you don't have Bill Gates' invention, your fucking Macintosh ain't going to fucking work. That's what this was. That's what this was. He was like the Bill Gates of water filters. That's probably why you got great water, is because, honestly, you had to fucking... This water wouldn't be this water if you didn't have my dope dealer's fucking dad's patent. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because all of it comes back, to a fucking little water filter. So that was my Culinary Institute.
Wait, did you ever get the meth?
Yes. Yes.
That kid smoked meth?
You know what? But yeah. Yes. Yes. And you know what? I don't even know if we got any that night.
He just wanted to show off his house?
But I think, we definitely got high there. But at the same time, I don't know if we bought any. I don't even know if we had any money. We were just trying to find a connect. Mm. We weren't trying to buy nothing. We just wanted to know if we got money, could we use it? So, yeah. And then you know what? We became freaking friends. You know what I mean? Usually you don't become friends, especially me with the dope dealer. Because I had resentments. Yeah. Resentments. Mm-hmm.
But you didn't have a girlfriend.
I didn't have a girlfriend.
Yeah, fuck
what I mean? So I'm like, fuck it.
What do you got to lose?
Yeah, what do I got to lose? But I was like, oh, I want to know if he had one. You know what I mean?
Pull the old switcheroo.
Pull the old switcheroo, and I'll show you. I'll show you a way to trust somebody. You know what I mean? But I wasn't that guy. I wasn't that guy, and he didn't have one. But he had a mom. But no. But so that was my experience on how to, finding the connect that I did in Scottsdale. Mm. And we still had, but you know what was cool is because he had that big old blowtorch. He has never bought a pipe. You know why? Because he knows how fucking far you got to drive to get it. You know what I mean? You spend $38 in gas to go buy a $2 pipe. And you know what? I didn't have brains back then as I do now. I would have fucking drove fucking $38 in gas and I would have bought one $2 pipe. Get home and then it's cracked by the time I get home. And then I'm like, fuck. But you know what I mean?
It hit the carpet.
Yeah. No, yeah, it freaking bounced around. No, but I would buy it, not even check to see if it was cracked before I bought it. Yeah. Get home, and then it's cracked. You know what I mean? So But him, he's been doing it long enough, and he knows how far you got to drive. You know what I mean? And his car can't make it that far. You know, it's a piece of shit. You know? And so he blew his own pipes. Yeah.
What?
Yes.
He's a glass blower?
Glass blower. Fucking
That's why he had the
was.
map gas.
Dude, that's what I'm telling you. I'm telling you. And you know what? And he got good at it. He wasn't good at making bongs. Fuck no. But you know what? I bet you if he fucking thought about it, he could make a good glass bong.
Yeah.
But I bet you he was fucking too dumb to know that he can make a glass bong. He's, you know? But he had like fucking different size fucking pipes, you know? And he started getting creative where he made a fucking little bubble out of this one and then it turned into a bigger bubble. And that was it was a water dog. That's what you call it. Because you know what? You put a little bit of water in it. And if you hold it right, the water would just bubble right here. And fucking you get the biggest fucking hit like a bong. It was like a handheld bong. It's fucking amazing.
Pretty nice.
Fucking
That was the smoke weed though?
No. Fuck no. The fuck? No. We didn't even fucking think of weed.
So
Fuck.
I didn't know you could smoke meth through a bong.
What?
No, I didn't know that was even a thing.
Yeah. Yes. That's why you did it out of fucking water bottles.
I thought that when you said the water bottle thing, I thought you were talking about a weed bong.
No, man. Fucking, we were way past that. I've been way fucked up since the weed, man. I upgraded. Fucking, I upgraded. You know, I wasn't in the fucking weed no more. I upgraded.
But I don't understand. Like,
So listen. So I know where your question's going. You know, because I can tell the future.
Yeah.
You know, your question is, and I quote, from knowing what you're gonna ask, how do you fucking smoke meth if you just put it in a weed bowl?
Yes.
Yes.
That's my question.
I know it is. I know it is. And you know what it is? You can't.
Oh.
Yeah. You can't.
So what do you do?
If you ever like, because you know with weed pipe, you sit there and you hold it, you hit the carb, and you use the lighter and you fucking light the weed,
Right.
and make the cherry. Mm-hmm. You do that with meth. Guess what? No.
Oh.
No, it doesn't go through and you swallow it.
No.
No. It fucking blows up, pretty much.
It does?
Yes, it's fucking gases and fucking liquids of fucking, it's like fucking lighting fucking WD-40 and fucking, with a Bic and you spray it and fucking, whoosh. That's what happens, dude. You can't do that. All the fucking bathtub shit and all the Clorox and all the freaking, the shit that cleans your house is flammable.
Oh.
Yes. That's meth.
So how does it work?
I'll tell you.
Okay.
So that's why you got to have a glass bowl where the meth is in, and then you got a little hole on top to get the suction. Okay? And I'm going to teach you, I'm going to hit you with some knowledge.
Okay.
Because you light the bottom of it to make it, because it's shardy, or it used to be, and so you got to melt it to a liquid form. And this is where the technique comes in.
Okay.
This is where, when you go driving, everybody says on driving, you drive from 10 to 2. That's where your hands are on the wheel.
But nobody does that.
Well, I don't know. I don't have my license. You know what I mean? I haven't been driving 10 to 2 since I started rolling the pipe 10 to 2. You know what I mean? So so you use the hole that's on top of the pipe.
Yeah.
And guess what you do? You roll it from 10 to 2. Why? Because you got the liquid going.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you roll it because you don't... If you have the fucking lighter sitting there and you're just letting that shit bubble and everything and you don't roll it, you know what I mean? Because you don't get the smoke. Because it's just sitting there and fucking burning your shit up.
Oh, so
you got to roll it 10 to 2 because it's getting... When it gets cold, it hits the cold glass and you got that technique down where it's staying liquid and you're rolling it and you're rolling it. It's making the cloud get bigger and bigger and bigger. And look at me. Come on now. And bigger. And you just got that technique like you're rocking a baby. You know? Like you're rocking a baby to sleep. Look at that. Shh. You know what I mean? Shh.
But I don't understand how that works with a bong.
What?
How do you do that with a bong?
Well, it's a little bit harder. That's why I don't really like smoking out of bongs. Because one, it's a fucking lot of work.
Yeah.
And I don't have the lungs like I used to. I'm not an Olympic swimmer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All these people that smoke bongs, they're all sitting there and maybe they're not a smoker like I am, like cigarettes. You know what I mean? Or they fucking practice breathing techniques. I don't know. But what I do, because you gotta
what
wait.
You did.
Yeah.
What you did.
Yes,
you
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And see, that's where I'm going with this, is the podcasting at night. You know, I'm losing who I'm trying to become.
Don't do that.
Thank you. So anyways,
back
to the smoking meth part. Okay? So anyways, don't reel it in. Come on.
Okay.
So here we go. Where was I? Smoking meth. That's right. Okay.
10 to 2.
Yes. And so, we were at the bong. This is why I don't like bongs. That's right. Because, all right, whatever that was. So anyways, I'm not good at smoking bongs because, one, you got to wait to get it hot, and it takes a while. And you got the angle. The angle's fucking weird because you got bongs, you got all this fucking shit. You're trying to fucking hold this, and then you're trying to fucking light it where it's way the fuck down here, and you're not even melting it. You know what I mean? Because it's way over here, and you're like, fucking, can you light it for me? Because I'm fucking over here, and it's fucking down here.
Yeah.
And it's just, and then you got to fucking roll it. You got to roll it like this because, and it sucks because you're doing all this, but the fucking bowl is staying right there. So it's not rolling. So you got to really fucking just get it like you're playing the saxophone, but just really like B.B. King in it, just, And so, anyways, so I don't like bongs because it's fucking, you gotta wait till it gets hot. I don't want to fucking wait because one, I'm not even fucking melting it because I'm way the fuck out here and my fucking eye coordination's so fucked up because I just fucking, I'm all precocked. And I can't judge it if it's under there. And I'm already sucking in all the air and I'm getting no hit. Just fucking, and just being like this. Fucking nothing. So I'm getting lightheaded by the time I'm even getting this fucking hit.
That's bullshit.
And so what I do is fucking take it. I almost want to quit smoking bongs. You know what I mean? Not meth.
Not meth.
No, fuck no. So I just go, I always told myself, people are like, you want to hit the bong? No, fuck no. I just want to, because I get bigger rips from the pipe. And they're like, I don't think that's physically possible because it bubbles and the geological fucking it's fucking making all the air bubbles go up and you're fucking getting a bigger hit. Shut up. Shut up. You know what I mean? Because once because I'm already fucking lightheaded. And I already got a fucking headache, and I'm out of breath. Now I didn't even get a hit. You know what I mean? And they're already passing it. You know what I mean? So they get to hit it twice before I even get to hit it once. You know what I mean?
Bogart.
It's fucked up. So I just hit it from the pipe because I know deep down in my heart that I get better hits. Because you know why? Because it's just fucking right here. And my eye coordination is fucking great. Because it's just like you can adjust.
Do you ever use those little fucking vials that the little rose comes in? Is that a thing?
It is a thing.
Oh.
Yeah. And that's what people make pipes out of.
I don't understand.
I'll tell you.
If there's no hole,
yeah.
How do you do that?
I've been in this a long time.
Okay.
So I'll tell you.
Educate me.
I'll tell you. And you know what? I don't even think I've ever seen it. Yeah.
What do you mean?
I don't even think I've ever seen it done. But I know how it is done.
Okay.
Okay?
Someone always just already has it ready for you, or what?
I think so.
Okay.
But anyways.
Go on.
So, what they do is, you gotta have one of those map gas fucking blowtorches. And you gotta have, so you get it fucking cherry hot, fucking just getting it. And because it's just a little fucking stem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so you're blowing this thing. And, you know.
So they make a bubble by blowing it.
Yes. But you know what? You got to be careful. You got to be careful.
Yeah.
Because you want to blow it, you know, and get it hot enough to make the bowl as big as you can. You know what I mean? Because then
Without popping.
Without popping. Exactly. That's the trick. Because if you're sitting there and you go like this, you get it all hot, and you go, and it goes, you got fucking this stem with a fucking hole in it. And you got nowhere to put the fucking shit. You know what I mean? So you're pretty much, you want to stuff a fucking, what is that shit called? With the fucking, that you put in a fucking crack pipe where it's like a steel wool. Mm-hmm. That's when people just say, you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to throw steel wool in there. I don't know why.
Like a filter?
I don't know. Oh. I never smoked crack. Okay, just once. Okay? But I didn't know it was crack. And you know what? Maybe it wasn't. I don't know.
Why would you be afraid to do crack?
What? Black people do crack.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean?
That's the reason?
Yes. Okay. That's not the reason, but you know what? Meth is pretty much a white man's drug, pretty much.
Is it?
Yes. Not anymore. Well, because we live fucking right next to Mexico. I mean, no. It's an all race.
I thought it was an everyman drug.
It is an every man's and woman's drug. Mm-hmm. That's fucked up. You know what I mean? If a normie won't do meth. So, you know what I mean?
Is it true that meth is just a cheaper replacement for cocaine?
Oh, no. I don't think so.
So if you had enough money, you would still do meth sometimes? Before now. I mean, now you're sober.
Yeah.
But
if I had more money to do meth, would I do coke still?
No, would you do coke instead? If you could,
fuck no.
If you had plenty of money.
I will pass up coke any day of the week.
Oh.
I haven't done coke since the last time I did coke. You know what I mean? That's how long it's been. Okay? And you know, so yeah. And you know what? Even when somebody would be like, "Hey, you want a line of coke?" Fuck no. That's like asking me if I'm like, "Hey, can I get a cigarette?" And they're like, "Yeah, it's a menthol." Fuck no, I don't want it. You know what I mean? That's how I am about coke. Oh. They're like, "Hey, you want a free line?" No, I don't. I really don't. You know why? Because I fucking upgraded. I upgraded.
Really?
Yes.
To meth. Did you start out snorting meth, or did you straight to smoking it?
Well, I did coke before meth.
Yeah.
That, you know. And then once I stopped picking up all the fucking coke off the carpet and everything, because it got pretty bad in my coke addiction. You know, not like my meth addiction, because, you know, coke, you know, I don't even know why. You know what? I know why I ended my coke career, because I found meth. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So coke was pretty easy to kick after I was fucking carpet surfed for a couple months. You know what I mean? Just trying to find that one rock so I can just snort it. And, you know, and it was me and my friends with a fucking flashlight, just fucking looking down, trying to get a different angle of the light so it could fucking find those little rocks.
You find that straw and you're like rubbing it, trying to get
just not rubbing it.
20th time.
No, not rubbing it. Just building a fucking little brush that can fucking go through it, that can scrape all the fucking shit. And then when you're done scraping it, do that line, and guess what? Fucking use that tool again just to get that one. Yes. I mean, it got fucking bad. We were just, dude, we would play Techno Bowl. I had to put Band-Aids on my thumbs because I had these fucking sores. I forgot about this shit.
What was your team? What was your team on Techno?
I don't fucking know. I don't even know if I don't even know. We might have even left it on the fuck. You know when if you leave it on playing so long and it just starts a game and the computers are playing just to, you know, just to show you. I don't even know if the remotes were plugged in.
You
just fucking getting it. And I was wondering why my fucking like running back would not go where I wanted it to, but I always scored a touchdown. So I fucking just left it at that. You know what I mean? And then, so yeah, And then you would see in the bottom of the screen, it would just be like to play, and it's a blinking, hit the start button. And I'm like, fucking, you know? So, and I'm hitting start, so I thought I played, but you know what I mean? But like I said, it wouldn't go where I was going, and that fucking start button's still blinking. You know what I mean? So anyways.
What about when you live with those strippers, were they into coke or meth?
Huh? They didn't do drugs.
They didn't?
They were fucking too smart. They were too smart.
They weren't lowlifes.
No, they were fucking... And you know what? But see, this is where I go back to... This is when I was sober. You know what I mean? So the time frame's all fucked up. See, this is what happens. Because I don't know if fucking, you know, if I fucking had a, you know, I don't know. The time frame's fucked up. But, you know, but I remember this. When I first started, I'm going to blame the strippers for fucking me having a drug addiction. You know what I mean? I'm going to tell you why. Because I was a cocky fucking dude, and you know, and I you know, I worked out all the time and everything. This is right when I got back from Phoenix. Before I did drugs, that's when I lived with them. It's all coming together.
After
now.
5 years of being sober.
I don't even know. This is how fucked up my brain is, dude. I come back from Phoenix. This is I'm in awe right now. Are we is it blinking still? Are we still?
We don't have a lot of time though.
Okay. So let me wrap it up.
Okay.
Anyways, so I moved from Phoenix. This is after high school and everything, and I'm living in Phoenix. And I think I just started dating my girlfriend or something. I don't know. I don't even know if I had one. But okay. So I'm living with these strippers, and I just get back from Phoenix, and I've been working out. I was at my heavyweight at that time. I was like 155, but I was fucking solid. I had like negative 2% body fat. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I don't know. It's like, I don't know. But so I'm living with these strippers and everything. And you know what? And all I had to do was just drive them wherever the fuck they wanted to go. So I'm living with 3 strippers. I think I'm fucking, you know, I am just living the man's dream. You know what I mean? Because I'm walking in. This is when football season was going on and everything. And fucking, so we go to like every Sunday we would go to Buffalo Wild Wings. This is right when fucking Chris opened Buffalo Wild Wings and everything. So we knew the owner. We got the best seats in the fucking house, and we were just fucking. It was the shit. I walk in with these 3 chicks with their fucking skimpy ass fucking favorite football team jerseys. It was the Detroit Lions, all right, San Diego Chargers, and the San Francisco Giants. So I'm walking in with these fucking 3 hot fake tits, great fucking skin, fucking from Venezuela was one of them, you know, and then the other 2 were from Yuma, you know what I mean? But great skin, you know what I mean? I don't know if what's her name, that she looked like Shakira, you know what I mean? She was from, I know she wasn't from Yuma, she was from fucking who knows where, okay. But it was wherever Shakira's from. Probably.
Brazil, maybe? I don't know.
Brazil. She was probably Brazilian.
I don't know.
You know what? Come to think of it, her skin looked Brazilian.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Her tan definitely was. Mm-hmm. Her tan definitely was Brazilian. And her wax.
So was her wax.
And her wax job was Brazilian. You know what I mean? So, and it got to the point where, like, you know, I'm living the dream, dude. I'm walking in with these 3 chicks, and everybody's like, who the fuck is this douchebag? Walking in with these hot chicks. And fucking and drinks are coming. And you know what? When the bill comes, guess what? Ladies, pay the man. That's where it was. And they just pull out these fucking purses. This is when fanny packs were still in, you know? Pull out their fucking fanny packs. You know what I mean? And you know, and they're just stuffed with fucking still wet $1 bills. You know what I mean? The check's like fucking $318 and all in ones. And you know what the funny thing is? They're all crumbled. You know what I mean? They're all crumbled and just shoved into this fucking purse. And she's like, oh fuck, I brought the wrong purse. Can you go in the fucking my car and get the fucking the gold purse? Yeah, I'll go get that one. Cause that's got the ones that are all fucking just creased and fucking been ironed and fucking rolled up in bundles of hundreds. You know what I mean? And so we're just paying it, and you just get a stack and you just fucking lay it on the table. There's the fucking $300 tip. And then we just leave. You know, and everybody's like, dude, either that guy's got the fucking biggest dick, or he's got a lot of money. You know, and it was crazy. You know, and I was broke, so you know what I mean.
Do the math.
Do the fucking math on that one. You know, and everything. So yeah, and all I had to do was just drive them to, like, we would go everywhere because, you know, in a small town like this, you know, they don't want to see their fucking teacher or their dad or shit like that, even though they probably they had daddy issues, you know what I mean? So, but anyways, so we would go to, like, all the high-end fucking, every weekend, that's what we would do. We would drive to fucking Palm Springs, Scottsdale. This is before I fucking knew Scottsdale, you know what I mean? And everything. And then San Diego, every weekend we'd be going to different strip clubs and everything. And I'd just be in there swinging dick, just fucking walking in like I'm fucking the man. Because I didn't sit on the, like, hey, fucking cheering them on or anything like that. I was in the DJ booth fucking doing, this is what happened. You know, this is where my fucking drug use came in. I was just fucking doing lines, just fucking, because, you know, you can't fucking smoke. You know what I mean? And fucking, it's hard to fucking do 10 to 2 when you're fucking sitting there counting all the fucking money that they're making me. You know what I mean? And and it was funny because it became a business, and that's where, like, I learned the stripper mentality, the mindset, and, you know, and seeing, like, because I always used, when I was at a strip club, you know, I'd go in there, I'd be like, dude, she likes me, man. She fucking likes me.
We gotta save this because we're gonna run out of time.
All right.
We gotta do stripper mentality.
All right.
We need at least 30 minutes for that.
Yeah, dude, you're opening my eyes to what I used to be like and what I'm like now. And, you know, just like, that's like recovery shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're experienced, and then your experience, strength, and then, like, what you used to be like, what happened, and what you're like now. This is where this whole thing is going to come together, and you're going to see recovery at the end.
Fucking A.
Amen.
Amen. Let's wrap it.